Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
In the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 13th case of coronavirus is diagnosed in the U.S., and the patient is mistakenly released from the hospital in San Diego. We'll tell you how it happened and how authorities believe that person got the virus.
The man accused of posing as a rideshare driver to pick up women is due in court, and we have some tips to keep you safe as you hail an Uber or Lyft.
The first votes have already been cast in New Hampshire, the first in the nation primary. We'll take you there as the 2020 election cycle heats up to see which candidates are pulling ahead. This is Tuesday, February 11th, 2020. Good morning. Great to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher.
Chief Meteorologist Alyssa Carlson is in this morning for Kevin Charette, and she's got a look at the forecast on this Tuesday. And Alyssa, I know you love the warmer temperatures. I know you don't like the cold. We've been pretty lucky, though, the last couple days.
Yes, we have. And guess what? We're starting out warmer this morning, and that's going to continue into today. So we have a nice day, especially as we head into even the rest of this week. A little bit of a warming trend. 39 currently in Lake Isabella. It's only 25 in Tehachapi right now. Hang in there. 37 in Mojave. 28 in Fraser Park. Mid-30s from Wasco to Buttonwillow. But 41 currently in the city. 52 in L.A. And compared to yesterday this time, now looking at temperatures 1 degree higher. Down in LA, though, 8 degrees cooler, so it will not be nearly as warm there. As we take a look at the forecast, high pressure building in, those offshore winds will be responsible for a warm up today. And as we head into the 9 a.m. hour, 52 degrees. You'll still need the jackets in the morning. We have mid 60s on the way this afternoon. It's going to be a great day, a little bit warmer than yesterday, and into the mountains starting out in the lower 40s with mid 50s to lower 50s ahead. Much more in your complete pinpoint forecast. But first, look at traffic this morning with Alex.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. And let's take you outside for the first time this morning to the 99 at Airport Drive. And as you can see, things are looking pretty clear on that side of town. We do have one crash being reported on the southbound lanes of the 99 near the 119. So keep that in mind. It doesn't look like there's any injuries involved in this crash, but CHP is on scene trying to get everything clear. We will have another check of your commute coming up in about 15 minutes.
5:02 now. The man accused of robbing and trying to kill a man in East Bakersfield is due in court today. KCSO deputies were called out to Niles Street near Valencia Drive Friday night. They say a man and woman were sitting inside their car when Jaime Gonzalez broke their window. According to deputies, Gonzalez then tried to shoot the man, but the gun did not go off. So instead, he ran off with one of the victim's cell phones. Gonzalez faces charges of attempted murder and assault with a deadly weapon. One of the victims was hurt but is expected to be okay.
The man accused of posing as a rideshare driver and trying to assault women is due in court today. Last week, police say Nassif Raghib was caught on surveillance cameras looking through windows of a house around Brimhall and Jewetta in northwest Bakersfield. Investigators say he previously posed as an Uber or Lyft driver in an effort to get women into his car. Police say Raghib also tried to forcibly kiss a woman after driving her home. Raghib was previously listed as a suspect in a related offense back in 2018 and 2019. He is charged with attempted sexual battery, burglary, disorderly conduct, and prowling. And this is a good reminder to stay safe while using a ride-sharing app. Both Uber and Lyft recommend you do several things to keep safe. Here's a few of those tips. Make sure you check your ride. This includes checking the license plate number and make sure that you take a look at the model of the car. And you should also have the driver confirm your name. The ride-sharing companies also recommend to sit in the back seat if possible. And finally, follow your intuition. If you feel like something isn't right, either end your ride or call 911.
And now to an issue we follow closely here at KGET, drunk driving. We call it Kern's sober reality. A man convicted of a deadly DUI crash 6 years ago was back in court. Yesterday, Alex Rubio made a request to be considered for early parole under California's new sentencing guidelines. The process is meant to review the parole suitability of any prisoner under 26 years old at the time of his or her crime. It's been 6 years since Rubio was involved in a deadly crash on New Stein Road. He ran a red light at Ming Avenue and hit a Toyota, killing the driver. Rubio was speeding at the time, and his blood alcohol level was 0.13%. He was convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 15 years to life in prison. Rubio's defense attorney says he has changed in the years since the crash.
He's matured a lot. He's understood the ramifications of his of what occurred, what he did. He takes full responsibility now for it. I think when the crime occurred, he was still young, and I don't think he understood.
Rubio's next hearing is scheduled for Thursday morning, where he's expected to be appointed a public defender.
Election day is 3 weeks away, and local candidates are campaigning to win your vote. This week, KGT is holding 2 live debates here on TV 17 for 1st and 4th supervisorial districts. This morning, 17's Eitan Wallace highlights the candidates for 1st District Supervisor ahead of Thursday's debate.
This is Philip Peters. He is one of 3 candidates running for 1st District Supervisor, a seat which represents parts of Bakersfield, the Kern River Valley, and much of East Kern County, including Ridgecrest.
I'm running because I'm passionate about serving the community.
Peters currently serves as the field representative for the retiring 1st District Supervisor, Mick Gleason.
We make all our own soaps and degreasers here on site. These are some of the barrels.
The former Kern High School District Board member is co-owner of Williams Cleaning Systems on Meany Avenue. There, he and his team sell and service industrial cleaning and water recycling equipment, often used in the oil and ag industries Peters says he will fight for if elected.
Our way of life has been under constant attack from Sacramento, and the policies that they've put out have contributed to homelessness. They've contributed to crime and other issues we're facing here. And then they're constantly overburdening our industries like oil and ag that not only provide the jobs for Kern County, but that also provide the resources needed to combat these issues.
Also in the race, Dara Stevens.
Here is the original toolbox, and now it has grown to a 2,100 square foot facility.
He is the owner and operator of South Lake Cycle on Highway 178 in Lake Isabella.
We're looking at a Harley-Davidson with the twin-cam engine.
Stevens and his team repair motorcycles and sell merchandise. Stevens also sits on the South Fork Union School District Board, is a Marine veteran, and served as a Kern County Sheriff's Deputy for more than 25 years, which is why he says public safety is one of his top priorities.
So we must absolutely beef up our law enforcement everywhere. I'm just stating, in places like this, it's hard to understand why such a small community would need law enforcement, because even so-called properly staffed, the response time is it's not acceptable.
Stevens says he's lived in all parts of the district, something he believes has given him an understanding of constituents' needs.
One of the ways I'm going to represent this large county is to make sure I'm accessible. My phone number will not be private.
And then there's David Fluhart.
You know, people don't think I'm serious. I'm just having fun with this, man.
The cannabis farmer from the mountain community of Havilah shared what his priority would be if elected.
The biggest issue is marijuana. You know, I hate to say it, kind of lowers some people's ambition to own 3 cars and a boat and the biggest house and all this capitalistic run, which ultimately does not always lead to happiness.
He insists he is a serious candidate, but acknowledges he is unconventional.
I catch a lot of flack for being a gadfly and having fun with it, but I am serious. I truly enjoy this. This is what I would call hobbyism. It's kind of like a job, but you do it because you love it, and it doesn't have to deal with the money. It's hobbyism. If we're not serious about our problems, if we don't get unconventional, if we don't think out of the box, guess what? It's not going to be worth much.
Eitan Wallace, 17 News.
And you can see more of these candidates during our live debate here on TV 17 and on our website, kget.com, this Thursday at 7 p.m. 17's Jim Scott and Eitan Wallace will moderate.
5:08 now. There are now 13 cases of coronavirus in the U.S., and the most recent patient who tested positive was accidentally released from a San Diego hospital. Health officials say the patient arrived in the U.S. last week after being evacuated from China. The patient in question was treated in a San Diego hospital where an initial test found they did not have the virus. The patient was released with 3 others, and they returned to a 14-day federal quarantine. The CDC then realized after further testing that one of the patients had tested positive. That patient's now back in the hospital and reportedly doing well. This is the 13th case of the virus in the U.S. and 7th here in California. All of the cases are either in people who recently traveled to China or were with someone else who had the virus.
Your time now is 5:09, and in the Bay Area, Santa Clara County officials are declaring a state of emergency because of the coronavirus. It went into effect Monday and will last for the next 30 days. This does not mean there's a greater risk of contracting the virus in that area. It will just simply allow health officials to better prepare for an outbreak. So far, there are 2 confirmed cases of the virus in Santa Clara County. Health officials say there is no evidence of person-to-person spread there.
5:10 now. Do you need help filling out a financial aid application?
Where you can go this week to make sure it is completed before the March 2nd deadline.
Welcome back here at 519. The 53rd Annual World Agriculture Expo kicks off today in Tulare, giving us a look at the future of farming.
That's right, and Taylor Schaub got a sneak peek at this year's highly anticipated event yesterday. Joins us now in studio this morning with a preview. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning. I had a blast yesterday.
Looked like you did.
I was all over the place, moving in and out, interviewing a ton of people, and it was fantastic. And it's the biggest agricultural trade show in the world, a chance to see the newest, latest, and greatest technology and everything from irrigation to tractors to crops, not to mention the food. And guys, wow, like the food was amazing yesterday.
Jealous.
Thousands from more than 60 countries will descend on the Central Valley today, and for just $15 at the gate, they'll be able to explore the nearly 1,500 booths on display. Just like previous years, brand names will be showcasing their hottest products, while others will be coming to the trade show for the first time. Making its debut this year in a big way is hemp, a longtime banned substance. The all-new Hemp Innovation Challenge brings together entrepreneurs and students competing for and giving pitches for uses of hemp. The winners will receive guidance from investors to bring their ideas to life.
There's so many things that this plant can do, and do it in a really sustainable way. Food, feed, fuel, fiber, wellness products, building materials. Being able to showcase this at an event like the World Ag Expo, it really gives the legitimacy to this plant that it is due.
It all kicks off this morning at 9 a.m. at the International Ag Center, about an hour up the 99. To attend, you can buy tickets online for $12 at worldagexpo.com, or general admission at the door, as we said, is about $15.
All right.
Expecting over 100,000 in the next 3 days.
Yeah, that's a big deal for a lot of people. So thanks so much, Taylor, for coming in.
Thank you, guys.
All right, 521 now.
And Bakersfield College wants to make applying for financial aid a little easier for students. The deadline to file a FAFSA application is March 2nd. So the college is hosting a bit of a carnival this week at all 3 campuses. Students who complete their applications before the event can win prizes. And if you need help filling out your application, financial aid experts will be on site to help out. The main event is tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on the Panorama campus. The college will also host events today at the Southwest campus and then on Thursday at the Delano campus.
As new drivers hit the roads every year, it's important to make sure they're safe. Tonight, you and your teen driver can head over to the CHP office for a Start Smart class. Drivers aged 15 to 19 are invited. Start Smart focuses on the importance of making good choices behind the wheel, especially teenagers. It also gives parents tips on how to encourage responsible driving by setting an example for new drivers. The class starts at 6 p.m.
Our annual Cupid's Challenge kicks off tomorrow here in downtown Bakersfield. So come on out and grab your Valentine's Day gift, and help out a worthy nonprofit at the same time. Last year, the community helped raise more than $18,000. You buy a box of Doors Choose for your sweetheart, and the proceeds will benefit the Mindaburu Magic Foundation. That is a Kern County nonprofit dedicated to helping families with ill children. Each box is $20. Online sales are now open until February 29th. The event tomorrow is from 5 a.m. until 7 p.m., so you have plenty of time to come out here to downtown Bakersfield and buy a box to choose, or maybe a couple boxes. And we'll be out there as well, broadcasting throughout the morning, so come on out and say hi.
523 now. Shocking video this morning out of Ohio.
Now, a school bus packed with children is hit by a car and rolls over. The whole thing caught on camera. How the bus driver got the kids out safely.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. 4 members of China's military have been charged with a massive hack of credit reporting agency Equifax. The 4 were indicted by a federal grand jury last week, with U.S. Attorney General William Barr announcing the charges yesterday. Those charges include economic espionage and wire fraud. The 2017 hack of the credit reporting agency compromised the personal information of tens of millions of Americans. President Trump's proposed 2021 budget arrived at our nation's capital yesterday. The $4.8 trillion plan was delivered to the House Budget Committee. It includes proposed cuts to food stamps, farm subsidies, Medicaid, and student loans, which will not pass the House of Representatives. The plan will boost military funding and does not touch spending for Social Security or Medicare benefits. If you watched the Oscars live on Sunday, you might have seen the ad for Samsung's new flip phone. It is called the Galaxy Z Flip Phone, and you can fold it in half so it fits more easily in your pocket. It came as a bit of a surprise since Samsung was set to reveal the phone at its Unpacked Tech conference today. The Galaxy Z Flip is just one of a few foldable phones available and comes after Samsung's troubled launch of the Galaxy Fold last year. Now, Maddie, this is something that I would kind of get on board because I feel like phones are getting so big. This would be kind of nice.
That's true. Kind of going back to the old flip phone idea.